everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do my June 2020 wrap up. So June was an interesting month to say the least. I wasn't in the mood to read for like most of this month, and it's not because I wasn't enjoying the books I was reading. I gave almost all of these books either 4 or 5 stars, so that's saying something. But I found myself feeling very slumpy for the good majority of June, especially like the middle and the very end of the month. There was various reasons which I kind of talk about in my vlogs, and I'll explain a little bit here when it comes to one particular book that like didn't make me want to read. So yeah, like I said, I finished 3 books this month, which isn't awful, but it's not great either. So let me rambling on any further. Let's jump right in and get started. I mentioned I read a total of 3 books this month. I read 2 physical books and 1 audiobook. I had no review books or ARGs. I participated in 1 readathon. I read a total of 1,018 pages. As far as genres read, I read 1 fantasy, 1 science fiction, and 1 nonfiction. As far as star ratings, I had 1 book that I gave no rating. I had no 1 stars, no 2 stars, no 3 stars, 2 4 stars, and no 5 stars. So now let's jump into the books. First book that I read in the month of June was The Poison Within by Rachel Marie Piercy. This is a book that was on my original monthly TBR. And I had seen Cece Uber, Province of Book Nerd, talk about this because she is actually the editor for this book, so I wanted to support her. This is a YA fantasy that is a evil queen retelling, which sounded right up my alley right from the get-go. And it lived up to all my expectations. I loved it. I do wish there had been just a tiny bit more world building. That was my main complaint with this book. And I wish the magic system had been a little bit more fleshed out, but I really enjoyed it. It follows 2 characters. We have Raya, who is known as the Black Queen. She has been falsely accused of a crime that happened like 3 years previously to when this book takes place. And when this book is taking place, she's on the run from an assassin, and she is injured, and she's rescued by a princess from another kingdom and taken in, and the 2 of them start falling in love. We also follow the princess, Princess Cam, and it's so good, guys. I love it. I don't know if this is a series or not, but I definitely could see the potential for it. I really enjoyed this. There is a female-female romance at the center of this book that is one of the main focuses of the book. I loved it, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, which is a book I have been meaning to read for so long. I have already seen the movie. I had saw it before reading the book. I know it's kind of, I am ashamed to admit that, but I did. And I really enjoyed the movie, if I'm being completely honest. I know I have kind of a popular opinion there, but I did enjoy it. And so I did want to read the book to see if the movie held up. And I haven't rewatched the movie yet since finishing the book, but I do plan on doing so soon. And I read this for a video that hasn't been put up yet, but hopefully will be up in July if everything goes according to plan. This is a adult dystopian that follows our main character Wade, who lives in a world where everything's gone to crap, kind of typical dystopian stuff. And everybody in this world plays this game called the Oasis, which is kind of a virtual reality situation. And one day the creator of the game dies, and he leaves an Easter egg that if the players find it, they win the game, the inheritance to everything the creator owned. And we follow Wade as he goes on this epic adventure to find that Easter egg. And I really enjoyed this book. It definitely brings me back to like the 80s. You know, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I've watched a lot of 80s movies. There's a lot of references I knew. There is lots of video game stuff, which as a gamer myself, I really enjoyed, and I gave this 4 stars. Final book I read in the month of June was It Gets Worse by Shane Dawson. This is a book that put me in a mini slump at the very end of the month, not because of the book, but because of the author, which I'll explain in a second. So this is Shane's second short story collection, essay collection. I read his first book last year. It was my first read 2019, and I enjoyed it. So I finally read his second one. I really enjoyed it as well. So if you guys have not been on Twitter or on social media, you probably haven't heard about the controversy surrounding Shane Dawson, who, if you guys have been following my channel for any length of time, the past couple of years, you know I was a huge Shane Dawson fan. I admired Shane, and I explained this more in my past blog, which I'll link on the screen. But I did really admire Shane. I credit him a lot with helping me get inspired to create a YouTube channel in the first place. And with everything that came out about him past week or 2 since filming this video, has made me very upset, obviously, because I, again, was a diehard fan, and it kind of tainted my opinions on this book because I really, really enjoyed this collection of essays more than the first one. If I'm being completely transparent with you guys, I connected with this short story collection so much that when I originally finished it, I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. I have since changed it to no rating for obvious reasons, like I just explained. I really connected with this collection, and since with everything that has come out with about Shane has tainted it, and I'm really sad to say that because it broke my heart when all that stuff came out, and it really turned my mental health into a downward spiral. But again, I really did enjoy this collection for what it was, even though my love of it has been tainted a little bit since everything with Shane has come out. But yeah, no rating for this one. Anyways, that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give a big thumbs up and subscribe if not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys read in the month of June, as I would love to know. And as always, I link all my social media links linked down below for you guys to check out if you'd like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!